Good afternoon, Tembi. Grace Ajeli. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my beautiful people. Good afternoon, Ambazonians. Good afternoon. Welcome. And thanks for joining us. Acheng Messi, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Adjust it, perfect. Thank you for joining us. Wills Bisson. Wanakinara. Good afternoon. John Paul. Good afternoon. John Paul Asaba. As you join, you share. I get victory. I get better talk. Make we can talk. Better talk. How we will take free Ambazonia. So as you join, you share immediately. Good afternoon, our beautiful people. Never Pious. Thank you very much, comrade. And thanks for joining the conversation. So as you join, you share immediately. As you join, you share. Favor. Good afternoon. Thank you. John Paul. Confirm. As you join, you share, please. Immediately. I've got a lot to say today. So as you join, you share. Ophelia Mbelly. Thanks for joining. Good afternoon to you. So my people, as you join, you share immediately. As you join, you share. Laurencia. Then Bamo. Good afternoon. All the way, I think, Laurencia, if I'm not mistaken, I think you are in Germany. Hello. Yes, good evening to you, and it's good afternoon for me. It's hot. A beautiful, hot afternoon here. Yes, Stuttgart, beautiful city. So as you join, you share immediately, all right? I've got so much I'd like to share. There's so much we need to talk about. There's so much I want to inspire. I want to educate today. Martin Ashu. Good afternoon, comrade. Welcome. As you join, you share immediately. Please go ahead, join and share. Afukum. Welcome, comrade. Oh, yes. From the Benz city. Yes, that's the Mercedes-Benz. So as you join, you share immediately, my friends. Join and share. Invite your friends. You guys know there is so much that I would like to distill and pass on to our people. So invite the people that you know that they will benefit from an objective, educational, inspiring, uplifting conversation. Ken Max. It's been a while, my friend. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you, Ken Max. Good to see you. Yes. Please join, share, invite your friends. Invite your friends. This is about our revolution. How do we make it happen? Saleh Dieudonné, always on point. Welcome. Welcome, my people. Yes, Messi Chick. What's going on? Good afternoon. So as you join, you share immediately. You're watching from three corners. Hello. As you join, you share. As you join, you share. Let's have a very important conversation. Because for me, you know, Derek. What's going on, Derek? Welcome. Welcome, my beautiful people. Derek. Ekoy. Derek Ecoy. Join. One person should, you know, if one of you invite just 3 people, so just send three friends an invitation to join. Send them a notification, send them a message. All right? We'll get to 100 as fast as possible. All right? There is so much I want. Stephanie, what's going on? Alexi. Darcy Consti. What's going on, Darcy? Congratulations, Max Ken. Congrats, bro. Congratulations. A new Ambazonian baby. A new Ambazonian baby girl. Congrats. We'll send our love out to our new baby. William G. Mampo, what's going on? Callista, as you join and share, please join and share, join and share, join and share. Invite your friends. You don't want people to miss out from this kind of conversation, do you? You don't want people to miss out. So as you join and share immediately. As you join, you share immediately. All right? As you join, you share. Let's move the revolution forward. Daniel David. Good afternoon. Wow. Good afternoon. You know, it's I'm very grateful for this platform. We only attract the objective, the reasonable, the one that can think, they can rationalize, can compute and dispute things and ask tough questions. Akwi, good afternoon. Amber High Priest, thank you very much. Max Spencer, welcome, bro, welcome. Akko Paul, welcome. Wow, I'm seeing everybody today. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so happy all of you have taken the time to join us for this conversation. So go ahead, share, invite your friends, bring some friends in, tell your friends, you know, let's have an intelligent conversation. Let's have an objective conversation. So plenty to read I want to talk today. When I will really enjoy them today. So we're gonna share them, invite our friends. We will start very soon. Fidelis Ambe, welcome, welcome. Yes, we are going to talk about it, Fidelis Ambe. This is what this platform is only known for one thing only. All right, we are a brand. I hope you know that. We're not just a platform. This is a brand. So we're known for something that we are good at. So as you join and share, make we move the story forward. Thank you very much. There is no alternative to being an empowering human being. Henry Neba, welcome. George Benedict. Comrade George Benedict, I'm going to reach out to you and we'll plan something, okay? Kebi! Good afternoon. All right, my fellow Ambazonians, you guys know, for me, I rather we have 10 people that are reasonable, that want to be educated, to be inspired, to be uplifted, than to have 1,000. So I am very delighted that you've taken the time to join us this afternoon. So we're going to go right straight into it. We're not going to wait. Biko, welcome. Okay? We're going to start with the Ambazonian anthem. All right? Hail, hail, hail this land of glory. We the Ambazonians who pledge our loyalty. Praise the Son, our Savior, who granted us the freedom. Allegiance to the heroes who bore the land with their blood. Glory to the glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation flowing with milk and honey. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom. freedom. You shall live in plenty, meeting our needs. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom. You shall live in plenty, meeting our needs. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Good afternoon. Fidelis Ambe, please, you can go and watch whatever you want to watch. Good luck. We are here to deliver a message, okay? See you later. Good afternoon, my brothers and sisters. Good afternoon to those of you that have decided to join us this afternoon. This is an educational platform. We are here to educate, to inform, to inspire you, to empower, and to equip you. That's what this platform is for. So I'm very, very delightful that you've taken the time to join us this afternoon. So welcome, my people. I'm going to start with a story. In the early 1900s, one of the most successful human beings on the face of the planet by the name of Andrew Carnegie, who became the first actual billionaire in the United States. He knew he was going to die, but he wanted to pass on the laws that have made him to become successful, the laws of nature that he had somehow were able to realize them and to be able to practice them, and they made him become the first actual billionaire. He was an industrialist. He became the first actual billionaire in the United States, and he was an immigrant from Scotland. So there was a point in which he discovered that in order for these laws, for what he has learned and he has applied and has made him one of the most successful entrepreneur and one of the most successful business person on the face of the planet, he wanted to pass that information on to other people so that these things don't die with him. So what he decided to do was to look for young people that were very dynamic and that were very bright. And he was going to spend 2, 3, or 4 days depending on how fast they can absorb what he was telling them. And so after spending 2 or 3 or 4 days with someone, and he's informed this person, educate this person on the principles and why it matters for the universe, for people all over the world to understand how to take these principles and then use them to transform their societies, to transform their lives. His name is Andrew Carnegie. You can go find this out. Good afternoon, Dr. Makongo. I'm so delighted you've taken the time to join us. And so what Andrew Carnegie decided to do was to recruit young people that were dynamic. And all he wanted to do, he only needed one person. He ended up interviewing almost 162 people just to find one person that he knew, being an industrialist, being an entrepreneur, being someone of human resource, he knew who was able to take on the contract to spend 20 years of their life to do a research about what it takes for someone to go from being broke to becoming a millionaire and a billionaire. What it takes. So in the process of interviewing these people, when he went through 160-something people, and at the end, he found one human being by the name of Napoleon Hill. You guys know that, the man who wrote the book, Think and Grow Rich. In the process of that, after spending 2 or 3 days, giving people the instructions, the information on how this can revolutionize the world, guess what? What he discovered was that most of the people he interviewed, the 99.99999%, after giving them all the information, they would say, oh, I have to go think about this. When he met Napoleon Hill, the man who actually did the job, who spent 20 years of his life to do the first actual scientific study of what it takes to become successful in life. And he wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. The first book was called The Law of Success. And all of that came from the work of Andrew Carnegie. So what he discovered was, after talking to Napoleon Hill for about two days, when he asked Napoleon Hill the question, would you do this work? It only took Napoleon Hill 31 seconds to make the decision that he was going to do the work. All right? So, why am I telling you this story? Let's talk about this. When a crisis hit the United States, or France, or England, what is it that their leaders do immediately? They call for an emergency summit. Is that not true? When a crisis hit immediately, what does these leaders do? They call for an emergency summit. Is that not true? Right. So, is this what is happening? Is this what is happening to this revolution? That when there is a crisis, our people are facing a crisis. Biya has declared a genocide. Biya has declared a war. There is a crisis. Has any of our leaders called for an emergency summit with all the other leaders for them to come together to confront the crisis? For them to come together and confront the crisis? Right? So, what I'm trying to tell you is this. Passiveness, it's a sign of weakness. When a leader knows what is happening, why it's happening, and the leader become very passive, they have all the information to make a decision, they still continue to dabble and dabble and dabble and dabble and dabble and dabble. That's a sign of leadership weakness. When a leader has all the information to make a rapid decision and they are taking weeks, months, that's a sign of fear. That's a sign of weakness. Procrastination, it's a sign of weakness. And people's lives and people are dying day in, day out. You know, my heart goes out to the people in Victoria. My heart goes out to our people that today they experienced a flood and some people lost their lives. And some, their houses, they will never have a home again. So my heart goes out for them. My heart goes out to our people in Lebialem that are facing an onslaught. But through their bravery, through their courage, through their determination, through their strength, they will rise to the occasion. In the United States, for example, when a crisis, for example, if there is a tsunami or there's a natural disaster, you will see the Republican, the Democrats will all come together immediately and work together to offer humanitarian assistance. When the last hurricane hit, guess what happened? Ex-President Bill Clinton and ex-President George Bush, they came together and they teamed up to raise money in order to help the victims of these hurricanes. That's what leaders do during moments of a crisis. That's what leaders do during moments when the people are going through a revolution like this. That's what leaders do to keep their people together, to bring their people together in order to offer comprehensive, sustainable solutions. I'm very surprised. I'm sure you're also very surprised that with all what our people are going through, with all that our people are going through, we're not seeing any signs of leadership being interested to bring people together, because one leader has not been able to solve the problem. If they were able to solve the problem, they would have solved the problem, isn't it? So if one leader has not been able to solve the problem, and the same leader is not calling for other leaders to join hands together to solve the problem and liberate the people, then what is leadership about? Why is that person occupying the position of leadership? And we are letting it happen? You are allowing it to happen. So, what I'm going to talk today is I'm going to propose the ultimate solution for us to achieve the freedom we desire. This is not going to be a very convenient conversation for most of you, because I'm not here to make you feel entertained. I'm not here to give you drama. I'm here to get into your mind. I'm here to get you to think. I'm here to get you to wake up and realize that this is life. People are being killed. And when leaders are in safe countries and they are not acting fast, you better wake up. So I'm going to propose the ultimate solution. Before I do that, there are 3 things I want to talk about. How do we make sure elections do not take place in southern Cameroons? How do we make sure that the public elections do not take place in Ambazonia? I've said this before. I want to reiterate. Invite people that you think can benefit from this conversation. Because most human beings, they'd rather be entertained with some fucking drama than to be educated. They'd rather be entertained with stupidity than for them to have sense and things that will benefit and change their lives. So for those of you that are here, I honor you from my heart. So I'm not going to waste any of your time. I'm going to dive right into it. And today it's going to be very short. Okay? There are only 3 things we must do to make sure there are no public election in southern Cameroons. Okay? Here is what we do as Ambazonians. I don't know if you've realized this. Here is what Ambazonians do. They wait. When Paul Biya does something, and then they criticize, oh, Paul Biya has done this, oh, Paul Biya has done this. Look, no amount of blaming, no amount of condemning something, no amount of complaining about something, it's a solution to something. No amount of blaming, no amount of complaining about something, it's a solution to something. Are you guys getting that? So every day, here's what we do. When they kill 5 people, we come online. Our government come online. You know, Paul Biya has done this, Paul Biya has done this, Paul Biya has done this, Paul Biya has done this. They have done this, they've done this to us. Did they provide any solution to you? No. So we end up becoming a people of condemning and complaining. So what we are doing is we're living at the effect of things instead of to be at the cause of things. We're living at the effect of things. We wait things happen and then we react. We wait things happen and then we react. Okay? So instead of, we're now living as victims of Paul Biya, okay, including our governments are now reacting to situations. We are no longer being proactive. So what am I trying to say? If we wait until October 5th or 6th, and then we say, let's call for ghost town. Guess what? Campaign is already taking place. Most of the time, the elections have already taken place. So how do we make sure that the elections do not even take place? How do we make sure that the campaigns do not take place in southern Cameroons? There are 3 things I have proposed, 3 strategies that will make sure we send a powerful message to La République de Cameroon from this moment forward. Let's not wait until elections and then we start to cry and then we start to yell and then we start to blame. Let's be proactive to stop it before it starts. To stop it before it starts. Stop the election before they conduct the election. Stop the campaign before the campaign. Don't wait until the campaign and then you condemn it. Don't wait until the carry election and then you condemn it. Stop the campaign before it starts. Stop the election before they conduct it. This is what I'm going to say. 3 strategies. Strategy number 1. Every single elecam office in Ambazonia should be brought down. Every single elecam office in Ambazonia should be brought down. Point number 1. Every single Elecam office in Ambazonia should be brought down. Why is this important? When you bring down the Elecam offices now, where they keep all their documents, when you bring those Elecam offices now, you've destroyed the election. When we bring down all the Elecam offices, we are sending a message to these people that your elections is not going to take place here. So bring down the election, the first strategy, we must bring down the election offices. Everything must be brought down. That's the first strategy. That's very, very important. When you do this, there will be no election in Southern Cameroons. Because now they know they won't be able to conduct the elections. That's strategy number 1. Take note. Take this strategy, spread it to my activists that are firecrackers, and they can take it and run with it and spread it and share it. All right? Number 2, all voters' registration cards should be burned down. Hear me out. The second strategy, all voters' registration cards should be burned. Okay? That's all it is. All voters' registration cards should be burned. That's the second strategy. So if they bring down the Elecam offices, and number 2, you burn voters' registration cards, elections is over. It makes sense? Stop the elections before they take place. Stop the campaign before the campaign. So those are the first 2 strategies. All right? Strategy number 3. You make sure, not you, we make sure the self-defense boys, the Amber boys, the foot soldiers, the Nchangshu boys, the boys of the ASC, the restoration forces, they make sure no campaign whatsoever is allowed in Southern Cameroons. So the moment they take down one person or send into exile one person who is campaigning in elections, the moment they give him a little bit of a sign of what it means to come to Southern Cameroon and campaign, once they do that, the rest will not show up anymore. Nobody will show up anymore. So those are the 3 strategies we must implement immediately in order to stop the election from taking place in the first place. All right. Is that making sense? This is not neighbor pious. This is not a place in which we only tell people, don't do this, don't do this. Okay, we are not at effect here. We are here to be proactive. We are here to be at cause, not at effect. We are not here to be victims, okay? So what is that ultimate solution which I want to propose to the Ambazonian people? What I want to propose to the Ambazonian people is something that I've been talking a lot about. Today, I just want to talk a lot more about it. As I've said, whenever there's a crisis in the United States, you see all the former presidents will come together, okay? It's all right, no worries, bro. I'm good. Whenever there's a crisis in the United States, you always see all the leaders immediately come together. If you look at whatever is happening in the world, whenever there is a crisis, whether it's an economic crisis, a humanitarian crisis, a natural disaster, you will see leaders move together. Why is it that here, Ambazonians, when we have a crisis, a war is declared upon our people, a genocide is declared upon our people, we have international conspiracy that is working against us, why is it that we don't look at that as a crisis to bring leaders together? Why is that? Why is that? So what is that ultimate solution I'm proposing? It's something I've been talking about. The only way for the Ambazonian people, hear me out loud and clear, including Dr. Makongo is here, someone that I respect very dearly. The only way for the Ambazonian people to secure that liberation is through collaboration. That's it. What does that mean? A U.S. diplomat that has called, and we've spoken twice, that's what he has repeated. That if your people do not come together immediately, you guys are going to miss this opportunity. If your people do not come together immediately, the world will not take you serious. If your people do not come together immediately, you're not going to get the recognition you want. That was from a U.S. diplomat. Last week, one of Paul Biya's minister, an Anglophone who's working in Paul Biya minister, a Southern Cameroonian Ambazonian who's working in Paul Biya government, a Paul Biya minister, sent out a message, a letter to the Ambazonian people, warning the Ambazonian people, the only thing that is going to ensure our victory is for us to come together as a people. This is a minister in Paul Biya government whose life is also at risk. And he warned our people that, look, you guys think we don't care? We do care. We have no choice. They're monitoring us with cameras 24/7. If the freedom you're all fighting for is also to liberate us. We are in prison. We are chained by Paul Biya. And he warned us, if we want to secure this liberation, we must come together. We must come together. Okay? So, my brothers and sisters, what I want to say to you all is this. Why is it taking so long for even leaders to start, even the interim president is not even looking at the suffering of the people. It's not even looking at those women living in bushes, grandmothers starving in bushes, grandmothers starving in Nigeria. That doesn't even concern him to make it an emergency crisis enough to say, let me call all my brothers and sisters and let's sit together and see how we can free our people. Let's see how we can liberate our people. That doesn't concern them, right? So who are they governing? What is the function of a president or a leader or a government? What is their function? When their people are going through an existential crisis and that leader is being very passive, it's being, unconcerned, it's not being moved to immediate action. I've never seen that. I've never seen that where people are being killed. So much people are being killed. And leaders are just sitting there. They're just sitting there. And then we come online and all we do, we condemn, we condemn, we condemn, we condemn, we condemn. We condemn Paul Biya. But what are we doing to remedy the situation? As people, what are we doing? Every day, all we do is we condemn. What are we doing to remedy the situation? We have been warned, even by international diplomats. We have been warned, even by international diplomats. We have been warned. We've been warned by American diplomats. We've been warned by even Biya minister has warned us. All right? We've been warned. Dr. Kwanga hasn't come out to say, we have to come together. Bo Hebert hasn't come out to say, we have to come together. Dr. Goji Dinka hasn't come out to say, we have to come together. So, but we are here dabbling. We're trying to do all the little stuff, but the thing that we're supposed to do that will help us to liberate ourselves, come together to liberate ourselves, we don't even want to do it. Okay? We don't even want to do it. We don't even want to think about it. The interim government knows its strategy will not liberate Ambazonia. It knows that. Without collaboration, I'm sorry, my people, everything you're doing, it's a waste. We will be a conquered people if we don't come together. Let me reiterate this. You guys may not like this type of talk. Should this king fail, Should we fail to come together and we fail, Sako will be fine, okay? Chris Anu will be fine because we all live in the Western world. The people that are going to pay the price are those people whose homes have been burned down. Those 83 villages or 84 villages that have been burned down. Those are the people that are going to pay the price. Our boys now that are foot soldiers, those are the people that are going to pay the price. Those girls that have been raped, the 168,000 that are in bushes, those are the people that are going to pay the price. The 100,000 that are in Nigeria as refugees, those are the people that are going to pay the price. So if leaders in North America are not moving fast enough, it's because they are comfortable in North America. You see what the boys on the ground are doing? They're already collaborating because they have no choice. ADF is working with SOCADEF. ADF is working with the Tigers. ADF is working, they collaborate on missions with the people of ASC because they know they have no choice. So the leadership in diaspora, it's taking so much of its time because they have the comfort of Western freedom. If they know their own life were at stake, I guarantee you, nobody will care about who calls for that conference. They all would have gone for that conference immediately. So hear me out. The people on ground zero will be at the loss should this fail. I don't care how much you like Dr. Sako. I don't care how much you like Bo Herbert. If they don't come together, it means nothing to this revolution. So the pain of our people is not in the diaspora. The pain is that girl that was raped yesterday. Why should he have gone through that? If we were united 2 months ago, if our people were collaborating 2 months ago, how far would we have moved this revolution? If our people have come together a month ago, how far would we have moved the revolution? Some of you don't like this type of conversations. You like when they tell you bullshit and lies. You like when someone is going to tell you that they have a strategy and you know they have no strategy. They are just waiting for Paul Biya to one day wake up in the morning and call for, a dialogue. We sit and we wait for Paul Biya. That is not a strategy. Waiting for Paul Biya is not a strategy. Destabilizing the ground enough so that Paul Biya feels shaken. It's not a strategy for victory. So it's time we wake up and realize that the ultimate solution to the freedom of Southern Cameroons, the ultimate solution to the liberation of Ambazonia, it's for our leaders to come together fast. And if those leaders are not coming out and telling you they want to come together fast, I'm telling you, I don't know why they are leaders. If a president will sleep at night and doesn't wake up in the morning and pick up the phone and said, let's get together, guys. Let's get together, women. I don't know why he's a president. We are facing an existential crisis. We're in the middle of a war. We're in the middle of a genocide. And he hasn't touched us enough. They haven't killed enough. They haven't raped enough. They haven't burned enough for us to be touched. Our parents haven't suffered enough in the bushes. Our brothers and sisters in Nigeria haven't starved enough for us to be touched and be moved. For us to realize that the ultimate solution to all of this is for leaders to come together. That's the ultimate solution. I told you guys already, the world is not recognizing us because we haven't come together. We're not making progress as fast as we can because we haven't come together. For almost 2 years, no country has recognized us. Why that? Right now we have no diplomatic movement. Zero. Even the US that has had a hearing in its Congress, we are not even following through with the US. Do you know that? So it's a shame. It's a shame that we are going through an existential crisis We are going through such a threat, and yet leaders sit comfortably in Western freedoms, and they forget about the suffering of the suffering of an ordinary human being whom we've declared the revolution for. All that matters is my position. So while leaders are getting the benefits of your contribution, the benefits of your hard-earned money for a better lifestyle, for a better life, and their security and their significance, now they don't even care whether the revolution works or it doesn't work. And that's why you're not seeing a sense of urgency in them. Because those privileges that they're beginning to be enjoyed, they have made them to become very comfortable. Those privileges in which these leaders now enjoy, which they never had before. Nobody recognizes them before. Now they call them big names. And this is now making them to become so comfortable, and they feel like if they come together again, they're going to give it up. They're going to lose some of them. So they don't want to come together so that they keep their privileges, and then the average person continue to suffer. Who are we kidding? Who are we really kidding? So understand, my people, if this thing fails, ground zero is going to become a conquered territory. If your government is not moving fast, I'm sorry. They have failed you, Ambazonia. They have failed you. If the government is not talking about collaboration, and making it happening, your government has failed you. If a leader is looking at such calamity and catastrophe of what the people are going through, and the leader is not moved to bringing leaders together to solve that problem, to help us get home, your leaders have failed you. And we've lost sense of what the revolution is about. What is that ultimate solution? Just like the United States diplomat has said, your people must come together fast before they lost it. Your people must come together fast before the world give up on them. Your people must come together fast before they start to look at Paul Biya and his election as the alternative for stabilization. And then they start to look at us as people that do not know what they want, and they are not ready for a statehood. So if this thing fails, Dr. Sako has much more to lose as a leader that has failed his people than anyone else. If this revolution fails, Dr. Sako has much more to lose as a leader who failed to bring his people together. As a leader who failed to seize the moment and unite his people. To seize the moment and work with other leaders to liberate Ambazonia. If this thing fails, it will be the failure of leadership. We should not blame anyone else because we've accepted to say we have a government. And if that government cannot be a unifying force, that government has failed you. That government has failed to live up to the purpose for which a government exists. Then that government has failed to live up to the purpose for which a government is created. Then that president has failed to live up to its obligations. The ultimate solution to this is for our people to come together as the ultimate solution. If you sit and someone tells you to go fast and pray, that's called deception. Any leader who tells you to take 7 days and pray, That's called deception. Oh, my camera lights, the lights just went out. Let's keep going, guys. Anyone who tells you to go sit and fast and pray, then that leader is deceiving you. In the middle of a war, in the middle of a genocide, prayer is not the solution. Coming together, for people to come together, prayer is very useful. Don't get me wrong. I don't disagree with prayer. But when someone is coming with you at a gun, and you sit there and you want to pray, they'll kill you. Before you finish your prayer. And then you would have wished you had a gun. So don't let your leaders deceive you. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Hey guys, is this, they said the network, George, is everything okay? Can you make a comment to let me know if the network is okay? So what I'm here to remind you, know that the passiveness, this procrastination, this unconcern, it is because your leaders are living in Western countries. If they were on ground zero, they would have come together. If a minister in the Republic government can pen out a letter and send it to us, asking us to unite, because our freedom equals their freedom. And he said, if we fail, we are doomed. So that ultimate freedom, that ultimate solution, as Dr. Makongo now is involved to make sure our leaders come together on this collaborative, our leaders come together on the Leadership Collaborative Conference. Because it's the only way out. We have no other choice. No other choice. So I have come to you today to propose to you that ultimate solution. That don't think our solution is gonna come from somewhere else. We, the Ambazonian people, we have what it takes to do this. We have what it takes to liberate our people. The boys on the ground are already doing that. And they're doing exceptionally well. All they need is the political leadership in the diaspora coming together. That will be the game changer. And that will help us to raise any amount of money we need. Most people are not donating, they are not funding, because they are looking at, who am I going to give my money to? They want us to come together in order for them to fund the revolution. So, I hope, with all my passion, with all my craziness, with all my honesty, with all my authenticity, with all my sincerity, I've been able to touch you in a certain way. So take this message, share it out. Take this message, bless someone. Get all your friends to watch this video many times over. There's so much I've said here in a relatively short period of time. And that's all I wanted to say today. But understand this, that we have what it takes. God has given us a gift. God has ordained us to this moment that this is our time to free Ambazonia. The only question is, can we come together and do it? And I think you, the Ambazonian people, you know that's exactly what we need to do. If we talk to people like Dr. Makongo, they understand that. It's an entrepreneur. He understands the power of teamwork. He understands the power of collaboration. He understands that. And so, it's urgent. Anyone who cares will act fast based on what's happening on the ground to our people. All right? That's the message for today. We're not here to talk very long stuff, but I just want to tell you that that's the ultimate solution. And I want you, as you go out, take this idea of this collaborative leadership conference, and I want you to share it out with all your friends. Share it out with everyone. Because we've already tried all the other things. There's only one thing we haven't done, and that's the ultimate solution. Coming together, collaborating together, working together. And that, it's the only way we can free Ambazonia. And that's it for me for today. All right? So, I'm not seeing any more comments. I don't know if this thing is frozen. I hope not. So, if you have any questions, send me a message. If there's anything you would like to know, please, you can always message and call me. Until then, have yourself a great afternoon. And for those on ground zero, you guys should stay strong, especially those in Victoria area. Stay strong, stay safe. And I look forward to a leader stepping up and stepping out and making this collaborative leadership effort becomes a reality for our people, for our ultimate liberation. Okay? Have yourself a great night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining this platform. And thank you for joining the conversation. As always, God bless.